Draco. Soldier.
Ricky Morty.
Rick.
Yeah, Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty.
Yeah.
Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Rick. Ricky Morty.
Yeah.
Ricky Morty.
Yeah.
Ricky Morty.
Yeah.
Ricky Morty. Rick.
It finally happened. It finally happened. Fans have spent the last summer foaming at the mouth, waiting for the coveted, long-awaited new season of Rick and Morty. Season 6, episode 1 of Rick and Morty came out last Sunday. And how do I feel about it? Conflicted to say the least. I think some things went really well, some things went not so well, and I have some theories. And to hear exactly what all those thoughts are that are ruminating up in my head, to figure them all out, to get all that lore, those ideas, all you need to do is sit back in your chair and subscribe, because I'm not going to be talking about it today. Instead, we're going to be turning back the clock and looking at last year's season 5 of Rick and Morty, or what some fans have called the worst season of Rick and Morty to date. Now that's a pretty tall order to fill. And more professional YouTubers than myself have already tried looking at the topic. They've called it unprofessional, lazy, inconsistent, is something I heard a lot. And while these could be true, untrue, I slightly agree, and a lot of places disagree, I do think there's something more important that not everyone is talking about. And to hear that, well, all you need to do is tune in. Welcome to the Static Station.
Mr. Nimbus!
He's gonna say that a lot.
What isn't so controversial within the fan community is just how good the first episode, Mort Dinner Rick Andre, is. The episode starts with a hilariously stupid plot hook that after trying to escape a giant space monster, Morty has to land Rick's ship into the ocean. We are then introduced to the fact that Rick can never touch the ocean because
Mr. Nimbus!
Rick's flamboyant arch nemesis has an old contract with him. Rick's dinner in this episode with
Mr. Nimbus
is of course a ridiculous side plot that sets us up for the main meat of this episode. When Morty goes to grab wine for the dinner from a pocket dimension that Rick just has, and without trying, he kind of sends a guy back to his pocket dimension where time moves faster relative to Morty's. This causes a tragically censored chain of events where child after child grows up with Morty coming back at different time periods and... Okay, listen, if I have to explain every episode to you, we would literally be here for forever. So just go watch season 5 for yourself. But the point is, this episode is a picture-perfect example of what makes Rick and Morty one of my favorite shows. You have here an absolutely off-the-walls A-plot full of comedic jabs, ridiculous fanfare, and a little bit of lore mixed in there too, juxtaposed by an all-out sci-fi drama turned Game of Thrones turned sci-fi again. It's a great episode. It's amazing. Because it makes you think with that necessary 5,000 IQ, you know, for Rick and Morty. In between jokes like,
Here's something that's never happened before. I'm a pickle! I'm Pickle Rick!
What beloved doctor? I'm Pickle Rick! Rick! I'm Pickle Rick!
this episode at the time gave fans like me a lot of hope for what was to come for the rest of this season. But maybe too much?
Now, I'm very glad that I took the time to rewatch a lot of the episodes of Season 5 before filming this video, because honestly, during my first watch through, I felt pretty about a lot of the episodes. I think after the first one was so good, and then the second one was kind of a few episodes in, I was just thinking, this isn't going the direction I hoped it would. There was something missing. There was something not...
After Mortiplicity, which was just a take it or leave it self-contained side plot, we of course had this. Oh, why is the entire screen censored? Well, all I can say about this episode is that the title is Rick Dependent Spray. Yeah, just have fun with that one. Overall, I think what me and many other viewers started feeling was that the show felt off. And for context, this season was fresh off the heels of what many considered for its time the worst season of Rick and Morty, Season 4.
So is it possible that we become snobs? That I, a simple viewer, just want to crawl back into the sanctuary that is Season 1, and I want to taste the taste of Wubba Lubba Dub Dubs and Szechuan sauce? Is that too much to ask for?
Yes. Yes!
Not exclusive to Rick and Morty is the unfortunate fate of many popular TV shows that, before they get the sweet release of cancellation, a little something called seasonal rot takes place. For example, take SpongeBob SquarePants, a staple of American cartoons, still getting over 45 million viewers every month from people over 18 years old, from grown adults. A show so quotable that you of course know this lovable quip.
Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells smelly.
Or this.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza absolutely. Pizza,
Krusty Krab, yeah. Pizza is the pizza, yeah, for you and me.
And how could you forget?
Good morning, Mr. Tentacles.
What's happening?
We were just wondering what kind of exciting day you have planned for us.
The kind of exciting day where you leave me alone.
No! God, please, no! No!
Oh, what was that? You've never seen this in your life? Good. Because this is modern SpongeBob. Not what you probably think of as SpongeBob, the golden age that aired in the late 90s to early 2000s. No, this is modern SpongeBob. What happened to that funny little sea sponge that you used to know? Well, for starters, the show's creator, Steven Hillenburg, has passed, and no writer from the golden age of this show would probably ever touch it now. I can only hazard to guess that the voice actors are either currently held hostage in Mr. Nickelodeon's basement or paid very large sums of money. But what does this have to do with Rick and Morty? Well, the signs of rot are definitely there. You have, once again, writers who are completely new to the show coming in every season. Both of the creators have their own shows now, which are sometimes questionable in quality. And let's face it, coming up with brand new sci-fi stories year in and out is pretty draining.
What's your point?
My point is, if you still haven't seen Rick and Morty somehow, please watch it. It's one of my favorite shows, and honestly, the last couple episodes of Season 5 really reminded me of the good old days. I mean, I only criticized the later episodes so much because of how good the show once was in its prime. But hey, what about Community? And that episode of Rick and Morty? How did I think the season's premiere went? Well, if you're looking for more content, you might just have to tune in to the Static Station next time by subscribing. Or else you're gonna miss whenever I turn myself
Ricky Morty. Rick. Yo, Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Yo, Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Rick. Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Rick.